So this video is going to contain a lot of spoilers for Station 11. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend you go do just that. It's an incredible show and you should watch it. There are a lot of reasons why I love Station 11, from the performances to the cinematography to the score. The score. Dan Romer is probably at this point one of my favorite music composers of all time. His music is just so emotionally pure and honest, and it's good. It's real good. He's worked with Patrick Somerville, the showrunner for Station 11, before on Maniac, which is also a great show that doesn't get nearly the love it deserves. I don't know much about neither Romer nor Somerville, but it seems to me like they both love music and have this deep understanding and appreciation for the power it can have as a means of storytelling, which is super refreshing to me.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, this was such an intrinsic collaboration between Patrick and I, and we just spent so much time together, making music and crying and talking about the story, and it was an incredible experience.
There's a bonus track of a demo on the official soundtrack, and I love this little interaction.
Hey Dan, I just thought of this in the shower. I'm in Canada. I'm coming home tomorrow.
I hope this isn't the last time we see them working together, because they're making magic. Okay, sorry. Back to the show. One of the things I really appreciate with this show is how it handles anticipation. Station 11 gives nothing to the audience for free, but instead makes them wait.
No, I can stay a little.
This is prevalent throughout the entire show, but I think the scene that most encompasses the power of this choice is the play. It was the first scene that really broke me, and it's pretty far into the show. From that point on, I was consistently crying. The thing about this scene is you already know something terrible is going to happen. We've been building toward this moment over the course of 6.5 episodes. We know from the first couple episodes that Frank doesn't make it. We see a glimpse of something going wrong, and early on in episode 7, Big Kirsten tells Little Kirsten that they shouldn't have done the play, that they left a day too late. The rest of the episode is spent in suspense, building up to this pivotal moment. At one point, Little Kirsten asks Jeevan this question.
What would you have done if you knew the flu was coming?
The question here is in reference to a different event, but it contributes to the building of anticipation for this other cataclysmic event that's right over the horizon. They don't know it, but we do, and we feel it. The dread is palpable. Jeevan says that if he knew about the flu, he would have spent time with his loved ones. And after this, right up to Frank's death, that's what he does. He does the play with Frank and Kirsten, but the line that sticks out to me is this one.
I would have made the choice I wanted to make,
I think what Jeevan means by this is that if he knew earlier and had more time, he would have been more proactive, more assertive. What he doesn't understand is that not all choices are his to make. In this case, Jeevan had all the time in the world. He wanted to make the choice to leave, and Frank didn't. And there was nothing he could do about that, even with the extra time. But in the end, he still got to be with his loved ones. I also think Kirsten's note about not getting to say goodbye to anyone is very important, because in the play, Jeevan is the one who refuses to say goodbye to Frank. Right before the play begins, we are reminded of death. I mean, yeah, death is everywhere in this show, but as Jeevan exits the apartment, the Kirstens discuss the smell of dead bodies.
It smells so bad.
Bodies.
And in this other apartment, it's heavily implied that the occupant ended their own life. The note on the piano saying it's impossible, along with the broken window. Jeevan walks up to the window, and it seems as if he's considering whether he himself wants to go on. He's confronting death. While this is happening, Frank and Kirsten are discussing the play. It's a death scene. Frank's death scene. This is probably as close as you can come to breaking the fourth wall without actually breaking it, and the look on Frank's face shows an understanding only shared by the audience. He almost seems to know that he is going to die. Jeevan comes back in. He has decided to keep living, to keep going. He's found a sort of radio thing that picks up a signal. There's other people out there, but it doesn't feel like a good thing. It doesn't inspire hope. It's ominous. Here, Frank says right out, though not in English, that he's not coming. He's not going to survive. This is his choice, one that Jeevan understandably is not willing to accept, having already lost so much. It's impossible to say whether Frank could have actually survived, technically, or not, but it's not about that. There are other characters who are far more disadvantaged in the post-apocalypse than Frank, who still managed to survive and live fulfilling lives. I think Frank's decision is more about him feeling like he's already dead. He died back when he was blown up, hence the compass that stopped working. Since then, he's been a reclusive shut-in, not able to get any work done unless he was high. Something inside Frank is fundamentally broken, like the compass, and he's ready to let go. When he tells Kirsten,
Let's do the play.
he's basically saying, I'm ready to die. Because of the dread and anticipation built up along with the emotional bonds that we've formed with these characters, Frank's death in the play feels like his actual death. The music, of course, helps with this, but it only accentuates what's already there in the performances and the dialogue, and I'm crying already even though Frank is technically still alive, but he isn't really. Because we know he's dead, we know he's going to die. And because we know what's going to happen, Jeevan's refusal to say goodbye is fucking heartbreaking. And then the play becomes reality. Just like in the play, Frank is asked to turn the engines on to leave. And just like in the play, he refuses. I don't think it can be understated how good this scene is. The sheer power of the storytelling at play when a character pretending to die holds the same weight as if he were actually dying, and then doing it again right after. And it's all because of that anticipation. The reason it hits so hard is because we've been made to wait so long for this moment. And it's not just us who've been made to wait either. The characters have to wait to get their payoffs too. While we're waiting in suspense for the play and Frank's death, the characters are doing the exact same. That's what I meant at the beginning of this video when I said that the show doesn't give you anything for free. There's a lot that Station 11 withholds from the viewer, not disclosing certain things until very late in the show. But I think it works to its advantage. They could have had Kirsten and Tyler realize their connection way earlier by one of them bringing up something from their past. They could have had Kirsten and Clark recognize each other immediately. They could have showed us what happened to Frank and Jeevan, but it wouldn't have had nearly the emotional punch as it did by making us wait. It's incredibly frustrating when Jeevan and Kirsten pass each other by at the airport. You go, shit, Jeevan, turn around! And you think they missed their chance, but then they meet after the play. By letting us wait, by letting that anticipation simmer, the show makes us really want those payoffs. So when those payoffs finally come around, they're so much more satisfying. Okay, so those were some of my thoughts on Station 11 and its use of anticipation. I really adore this show and I got a couple ideas for other videos I could do on it, so stick around if you want to see those, I guess. And I might do other stuff too. Who knows? Anyway, see you around.